Hey everyone, welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour. I'm Joe.
And I'm Serena.
And we are here to recap a different episode, something we've really never talked about on this podcast, which is Bachelor Pad, which came out before Bachelor in Paradise. And we're kind of doing this because we're getting ready for Bachelor in Paradise. But Bachelor Pad Season 3, Episode 1 was just released on Bachelor Nation's YouTube channel. So we watched it and we're going to recap that shit show right now.
If you are not familiar with Bachelor Pad, because it's been like 15 years
Yeah.
since Bachelor Pad was a thing,
Yeah.
there was a couple seasons of it. It took place in the Bachelor Mansion, similar style to Paradise, where it was like co-ed guys and girls, but it was a mix of dating and a competition show. So there's different pairs, there's competitions like physical challenges that you have to win and compete for to get different advantages. And then the goal at the end was to both hopefully find a relationship, but even more so to win the cash prize, which was, I believe, $250,000 this season.
Correct. So obviously Bachelor Pad evolved into Bachelor in Paradise. Um, which watching Bachelor Pad, the first thing that was kind of like I didn't love was that they were in the mansion still. I like the aesthetic of like a beach in paradise.
Yeah, well, I love the mansion. I think it's so iconic, but I think what people forget is on the regular seasons of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, you only see so much of the mansion. It's really just like where the girls and guys are hanging out and sleeping and getting date cards, and then you're out and about. Like you're on dates with the lead, and then after week 4, you're traveling. So like it's not as much as it's an iconic symbol, it's really just like a big part of night 1. And then after that, you're not seeing that much of it. Seeing a whole season in the mansion, I think that a setting like a beach in paradise, like Cabo, Costa Rica, is a way better fit for like a full time show.
I agree. I
The
agree.
flow of the house, it's also like it's a little dark, like it's got like that like Spanish influence to it.
Yeah, and it's just a little like it's a little small.
Yeah, it's
The
too
and it's not small obviously for like a family to live there, but it's like small.
like a cast of 30 people filming
Yeah.
there 24/7. I would actually be curious to know if they were like having challenges with that a little bit.
I mean, I'm sure. I'm
Yeah.
sure. So the first thing we're kind of introduced to is you get the cast they're all coming back, and you have people like who we know, like Chris Bukowski is kind of the only one that we personally know.
Yeah.
Um,
Chris Bukowski, who's been on like the most Bachelor shows ever.
yeah,
You're probably familiar with him. He was on Paradise a few times. He came from Emily Maynard's season, and he's now with Anna Redman.
yeah,
But everyone else I was not as familiar with. I mean, we know Chris personally. I don't know any of the other cast members, but all from seasons, just to give you a little context, Deanna, Jillian Harris, Ashley, and Emily Maynard seasons of The Bachelorette, and then Ben, Flanagan, Brad, and Lorenzo's seasons of The Bachelor is what we're pulling from. So we're going like very old school, but like kind of like the height of Bachelor still.
yeah. I would say the people
Like
that were,
big seasons.
I would assume that the people that were on this season were the fan favorites of their season of The Bachelor Bachelorette.
Definitely. I mean, like, Ed was engaged to Jillian Harris and it didn't work out. And he's like a main character in this.
And he's clearly good for TV because the guy's just getting wasted running around naked.
Yeah.
We don't get to see that stuff anymore.
Totally. And then we have Kaylin, who was on Emily Maynard's season. He was kind of the villain. He called her daughter baggage. And he's like standing
Wild
toes
move.
down on
Why
the
like
comment.
that's the thing about like now everyone is so media trained and social media trained that you will never see that.
Yeah.
But like it's a reminder of how like funny and raw reality TV was and
Yeah.
could be because people were just fucking talking crazy shit.
Oh, yeah. Like, even this first episode, I could believe what they were saying, but I couldn't believe they were saying it on Bachelor Pad, a show that has like millions of viewers.
The
And
attacks on like people's just looks, and
oh,
it was just
constant, just
wild.
physical appearance coming for one another. And I mean, they're referencing, like, you guys have to remember that are listening, like, they're referencing the tabloids. Like, that was where things were happening. There was no social media. So it's like nowadays you say something on the show that people don't like, you're getting attacked in your DMs. They have this direct access to you. They're picking apart your character. They're picking apart everything that you have said, whether they like it or don't like it. There was no direct access unless you like ran into these people on the street.
Yeah.
So like you have these people that are villains, you know, like Blakely talks about like how she wasn't very liked. Like Kaylin, he's like, yeah, like I called her daughter baggage and like I'm standing 10 toes down on what I said and like I'm down to be controversial and not liked because like it was just way less of a risk back then. I really think like social media has elevated and like decreased the entertainment of reality
Oh,
television.
without
Like
without
watching this, I was like, wow, like you would just like Serafina called Zoe's dress super short and like we all were up in arms. The stuff people are saying about each other on this show doesn't even come close to that. Like it is way more below the
But
belt.
this is the shit talking that contestants get in their DMs from people that watch the show. They will get this kind of shit said to them.
Yeah, but it's different from like, you know, someone in the house versus like hundreds of strangers who are like taking it way too far.
Yeah, I just think it's funny because like that comment from Serafina and everyone's like, how could you say that? It's like fucking a ton of people watching this at home were saying shit like that.
Oh, yeah,
You
people
know?
are saying it on the comfort of their couch, but then we've got this Bachelor Pad cast being like, "You're ugly and I hate you and you're
Wild.
stupid and
Yeah.
your dress is hideous. How could she wear that? It's disgusting
Like
and
Jacqueline walked
she's
up.
ugly." And like just like direct comments on like these people. It's
Yeah, like
crazy.
Jacqueline walked up to what is his name?
Blakely or yeah,
No,
Blakely.
David. Jacqueline
David.
walked up to David by the pool. Is like, you're gonna vote me out. I just want to let you know you're a loser and you're ugly. It's like, whoa, whoa.
It's so crazy and I
So
love
yeah.
it.
Then the second thing they introduced to us is they are bringing fans of Bachelor onto Bachelor Pad to compete, um, which is interesting. Also, the show has to remind us a million times that like the fans love watching The Bachelor and that they're on The Bachelor. It's like I don't know why the show feels the need to plug their own show during their show on a consistent fucking basis. Everybody is on watching The Bachelor. You don't have to remind us that there's fans of the fucking show. But anyways,
You call them the fans like
yeah,
that, like we're not saying that like they call them the
yeah,
fans, they call themselves like we are the fans, like it's like the contestants and then the
yeah,
fans, even though the fans are competing. But it's kind of funny because they've cast people that are obviously like good looking, like they look like they could be on the show, but they're casting people that they know, specifically these girls are that are gonna like not keep their cool. Like they're not going to come in and like act like they've been here before. Like they're coming in and they're like fanning out over Chris Harrison. They're asking for selfies. Like they're not acting like, oh, we're all here as contestants, like we're all here together. Like they're coming and being like, oh my God, this is my dream. I can't believe I'm here. Like
yeah,
it's a very distinct line between like who the fans and who the contestants are.
definitely. But I also think that was pushed.
Oh, like
Like,
I'm sure it was encouraged. Like, this is so exciting. You know, we want to see that. You're a fan of this show. Like, don't be afraid to like show that. Whereas, like, if a girl on night one did that, like, you're gone. You're home. You're going home immediately. If
yeah,
you walk up to the Bachelor and you like start fanning out.
yeah. So yeah, interesting element to bring fans on, and it's pretty much an immediate like, okay, there are people from the show,
Mm-hmm.
the contestants from prior seasons, and then there's the fans, and we are going to X out the fans. Like immediately, you're on like I think it's like Chris Bukowski's like you're on our show. Like,
Yeah, it's us against them.
yeah,
This girl Rachel is like, enough. I don't want them here. And I mean, they've made it so like there's way more, like there's triple the amount of contestants than there are fans. There's only 5 of the fans. So like they've made it very easy if the contestants want to pick them off, they can. And I think it was Rachel who said like, you didn't get your heart broken on national television. Like you didn't have to go through what we had to go through to be here. Like almost the sense of like, there's an initiation process that you got to skip and like, that's not fair.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
There,
love it.
I
It's so funny.
yeah, very funny. I kind of I guess like my like issue with it if I were to say I had an issue is I kind of like if I want to watch a competition show, I want to watch a competition show, and if I want to watch a show about people falling in love, I want to watch a show about people falling in love. The hybrid of both of those, as of now, just watching episode 1 is like a little confusing because I'm like still like, what are we?
What are we? Is
What?
the question. Like, what is this?
Yeah, what am I
Yeah.
watching? And it's kind of hard. Like I don't even know. I yet to know like how do you even win the 200? Like I get that there's competitions.
Well, like for those listening, the structure from episode 1 that's presented is you pair up, you just pick your partner. Like it doesn't even have to be on like if you're interested in them romantically, you pick a partner. I think it's, girls and guys obviously. And then there's this competition that happens where they have like these hanging big hearts. So we're like still on the theme of love. And you and your partner have to fit into the heart and they like tilt them and make it difficult for you to stay in it. And the person that stays in it the longest wins and you're safe from elimination. So very like traditional competition structure, like similar to like a survivor, a
Yeah,
big brother. I think that they needed to I don't know. I think they're having a like in episode 1, like it's hard to dictate like is this like the challenge where like it's a competition show, but like you also know that people are going to end up hooking up and getting together just like naturally by having, a bunch of heterosexual men and women in a house together.
yeah,
I think that's what they're going for.
yeah. So like we're not. So it's not. So
Like I would say it's competition show first, dating show second.
yeah.
But they're
Okay. We're
filtering in this kind of like dating theme by making like the guys and girls partner up and pick their partner and doing like the love themed
yeah, but
competition.
we're not showcasing on this show. I don't believe that they're going to be focusing or showcasing a love story. If anything, they want to see like people hooking up
Yeah.
and arguments from that. I'm assuming from like we're already seeing it with Chris Bukowski and his partner, and he's talking to another girl, and his partner is upset.
Yeah. Chris
And
Bukowski ends up with Blakely as a partner.
yeah,
And then like that night, like very soon after he is chatting with this girl, Jamie, they're making out. Blakely's pissed. Like we're in an immediate love triangle.
yeah, and it's like, why is Blakely pissed? Well, she's saying she's pissed because she wants to win the money, but I would assume she's pissed because maybe she thought
Her and Chris were
her
going to
and
get
Chris were gonna do
together.
a thing, but like that's the thing. You can't like some of it like you can't really tell at least from episode 1, and I think that's my gripe.
Your gripe with it.
Yeah,
Well, I think like let's say okay, so we look at like the challenge, which is a competition reality show that has like a lot of romantic side plots. And then we look at something like Love Island, which is a romantic dating reality show with competition side plots. And I think that Bachelor Pad in this first episode hasn't exactly figured out which one it is yet. Like, what is the focus, the competition or the dating?
yeah, or
And I
maybe
think
there is because there was seasons prior to this, so maybe like people do know. We just don't.
probably just, yeah,
Yeah,
we're just dummies.
yeah,
But also, we should add that, these two fans who've partnered up, David, and then there's twins on this who are acting as one person, which I just can't with twins
and
being one person on
everyone in
dating
the
shows.
house seems to be really annoyed by the twins,
They don't like the twins, Erica and Brittany.
which makes sense because watching episode 1, they come across a little like
Well, they're already at a disadvantage because they're fans, not
cringy.
contestants. And then they're saying, like, hey, we're one person. Like, no, you're not. You're two adult grown women. Like,
Well, but that's also they're being counted in the
it's the show. They've
competition.
been cast as one person. But yeah, they're not coming across great. David, Erica, and Brittany win that first competition. And their reward, other than being safe, is they get to go on a date.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're partnered with someone and it's starting to turn into a romance, it's like that additional incentive, like, oh, we'd love to win because we want to be safe, but also then we get to leave the house and go on a date together.
So what's going to happen when you and your partner win, but you're hooking up with somebody else, so that you go on a romantic date with your partner?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
That's kind of like another element to it.
yeah,
I mean, I think you just keep it friendly and you just talk game strategy instead of getting romantic. But yeah, no, there's definitely like a lot of potential jealousy that could occur here. I mean, we're already seeing it with Chris and Blakely.
did you find anyone or did you see anyone on this first episode that like you were rooting for? Because that was one thing also that I kind of
Mm,
noticed is
yeah.
I would say The Bachelor and The Bachelorette and even Bachelor in Paradise, they kind of like showcase like a hero on episode 1 or somebody that like the fans are gonna like.
Well,
Like
they're telling you like they're giving you clues of like these are the one or two people that are safe. Like you can like them. Like they're good. And then, you've got like the chaotic evil
yeah.
of like these are maybe the villains, but maybe we like them a little bit. Like we've got the Kaylin of it all who's like kind of a little out of the control, but like he's entertaining, or Erica Rose. Like Erica Rose and Kaylin are in this feud because Erica Rose went to the tabloids about Kaylin and like spoke badly about him. And
They're both great. Like they're
they're
both
great.
immediately
You need
great
them.
TV. Like you cannot kick one of those two people out for a
No,
fan.
Erica Rose almost gets sent home. So I almost got sent home, and it was like, no, you
Yeah.
cannot lose her. She's doing so much. She's so entertaining.
I would say Michael got the edit of
Yeah,
like
Michael Stagliano.
yeah, of like everyone's gonna like this guy.
Well, and he
He's the
had
voice
been
of the
on
people.
Bachelor Pad before. He's the only like returner
And
who
he
won it. So he's kind of like you're following him through episode 1 is like, okay, he knows what he's doing. He's done this before, and also like everyone seems to really like him.
yeah, yeah.
So they should kick him off.
How do we
right
feel
away.
about okay, so something we gotta talk about. Like Chris Harrison comes in and he talks to everyone in the room and
Yeah.
like this guy Ed from Chicago can't even sit and listen. He's so fucked up. He's jumping in and out of the pool.
Yeah, he's in like little white tidy whities.
Yeah. Which like there's a girl like we don't care how big your dick is, like
Put some pants on and
some
sober up. That
uh
was funny. I think that was Jamie.
that that was a wild time for reality TV. I forget like I was like all right, like I feel socially awkward. This is intense and intimidating. I need a drink to,
Calm down.
yeah, like
Yeah.
get rid of the edge. But like I'm probably gonna like, and then everyone's gonna be kind of doing
Well,
the same
that's what it
thing.
is. It's everyone. I mean, Ed's gone above and beyond. Like everyone is clearly in their interviews by the end of the night, like they're drunk.
They're
Like
wasted.
they are doing interviews absolutely drunk. They are sloppy. They're slurring their words. But Ed is like on another level. Like he's so hammered. He's literally out in the pool. Well, Chris Harrison's like, man, we're trying to film a scene. Like I'm trying to explain to you literally what show you're on. And like he's just not even there. I don't know. It's just a different time, but I also think like social media plays a role into it too. I don't know if you would see as many people because like look, it's all young, attractive, single people that are like, I've got an open bar and a gorgeous mansion. I'm just here to have a good time. Like I'm young and I'm just like looking to party.
Yeah.
I think social media makes people like just more conscious. I don't know if we'd see as many people getting as drunk as we used to.
Well, it also has to do with like the show, right? Like it's kind of been proven over the history of The Bachelor with social media that the contestants that do well after the show, and what I mean by do well is like, get a lot of like love and grow a social media following. Those people are characterized on the show as very nice, either heartbroken or end up in love.
Yeah.
Anyone that's like going on the show like for a good time
Mhm.
to get fucked up, which is what all these people are doing.
Yeah. And like shamelessly.
Yeah. Like, and that's like the biggest difference.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun. Like it's like refreshing
It
after
is.
watching so many seasons of kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Well, it's also like as viewers, we watch reality because it's not that serious, it's fun. And I
Yeah.
mean, I think Bachelor and Bachelorette definitely have more of a serious tone to them, and that's to be expected. But like Paradise, I feel like there's been a bit of a struggle of it's like Paradise is not that serious. Like, yeah, you want to find love, you want to find a relationship, but it's meant to be this like fun, young, beachy show. And I think that we've kind of lost that tone of like, guys, like, stop taking yourself so serious. Like, this is meant to be fun. And it like translates as a viewer watching Paradise versus watching Bachelor Pad. Like, Bachelor Pad, they're like, yeah, it is meant to be fun. Like, we're literally just here to have a good time.
Yeah. And it was also a different time. Like I would say drinking culture was totally like that. This was still a time where you would go to bars in Chicago and be able to smoke cigarettes in there.
What's
You
crazy
know?
too is like nowadays, obviously, it's no secret. Like a lot of people from the show have other opportunities, become influencers, become entrepreneurs. These are people that had like full corporate jobs that were going to act this way on national television, like just hammered, swimming in the pool, getting yelled at by Chris Harrison, and then go back to work.
Yeah.
Like that is a whole other thing I didn't even think about.
I would say there was a lot of people that probably
Got fired.
weren't able to go back to work
Yeah,
after this.
definitely.
Like Ed was a Chicago fireman, so it was probably he was probably like celebrated. Like you had like go like
I guess it depends on like what jobs you had too.
for sure,
Yeah.
yeah. But if you're in like banking and like finance, like
Yeah.
you're getting fired.
Yeah.
You're not going back to that. If you're in, you know, cosmetic
Law.
cosmetic surgery or you're doing that, I think you're fine.
I like your example.
Yeah, yeah. Firemen and cosmetics, like you're good. I don't think anyone's gonna fire you for that.
So, getting back into the competition element, they are essentially going to be voting each other out, is the structure.
Yes.
So, this is now based on like the contestants against the fans. They're kind of like, hey, we have more of a right to be here than you guys. Coming in as a fan, like you just have an easy target on your back. Let's pick them off. But then we've also got David, who is one of the fans who's safe because he won the competition, is aggressively trying to vote out Erica Rose. I'm not really sure why. Was there like a specific reason?
Well, I think so if you win the competition, if you're on the team that wins the competition, you are safe.
Yes.
If you're out first, you automatically have a vote against you.
Right.
So I think he saw that and
Yes.
instantly ran his mouth, which on any competition show at the beginning of the show, you need to be under the radar,
Yep.
especially if you're coming in,
As a
as an
fan.
outcast.
Yeah. Well, because so Erica Rose and her partner Nick were the first out of the competition. So they automatically had a vote against them. And I think that's where David was like, well, let's just vote them out. They already have a vote against them. The thing is, it didn't work as much as, we had David petitioning for it. And then we had Reed and Kaylin just straight up lying to Erica Rose's face and scheming behind her back, being like, we're sending her home.
Yeah.
Um, so now, unfortunately, Eric Rose is still in the house and she hates David. Now she's coming for him next week, which is the fun of a competition show.
Yeah, I also feel like there had to be an element amongst producers and even castmates of like we still want like to make good television, and Erica Rose right now is our top gun. Like
Yeah.
she is the TV maker out of this group.
Yeah.
She
Especially the
can
girls. They
she
have a lot more
can
low key girls.
yeah, she can not go home.
Yeah.
Like
Well, it's also like we don't really think this way that much on our show, but like I'm assuming at this time it was like if Erica Rose goes home, we have to start doing shit and we have to step it up and
yeah.
we have to start making TV. Why wouldn't we keep her around when she's doing so much?
But I do think a lot of these people, I think it's pretty easy for them to make TV because A, they're drunk, and B, everyone really like doesn't seem to care that much, which is great.
Yeah.
I do really like the element. The one thing I do like is I enjoy watching like the scheming and like, okay, we got this person's vote. We see Reed and
Kaylin.
no, her name wasn't Reed and Paige trying to figure out like to keep her on the show.
Yes, because they were partners for the challenge. And honestly, Paige is a fan. She ended up going home, and Chris was the other fan. He ended up going home. But Paige was really nice. And I thought it was sweet that Reed was like, hey, I like her. We were in this challenge together. Like, I'm going to fight for her to
Well,
stay.
that's the part that I love because now what you're gonna get is you're gonna get people falling for each other, and then you're gonna get somebody that may have fallen for you who's jealous of the situation, and they're gonna vote that person. So now the
Yeah.
stakes are even higher because not only do you want to win the money, you also want your connection
Yeah.
to stay. And then when people start like fucking with you that way,
Well, for example, we've got the love triangle with Chris, Blakely, and Jamie going on.
yeah,
Blakely, if I'm her, I'm gunning for Jamie now because not only is Blakely like, you're distracting my partner, it seems like she kind of has a crush on Chris and is like, well, maybe if I get Jamie out of the way, I can shoot my shot here.
do you think they should do like should you have to go home as a team? Like I kind of think
Well, I'm
like
wondering if the partners switch up
Oh,
You
maybe.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I'm wondering
maybe.
if they want the partners to switch up. Because if you go home as a team, then it's never going to change. Where I think the hope is probably like there's an opportunity for, like, oh, I'm with this person, but I'm crushing on this person. So, like, I'm going to ditch them because they're pissing me off and go, like, team up with them.
There's a lot of moving
There's a
pieces.
lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of potential messiness, which I think is good.
Yeah, I would
We
like
need to
a
watch like another episode or two, I feel like, to like really get locked in on the format.
yeah, or give me at the beginning of the show, give me like a grid or like a bracket system of how this tournament works. Like, give me I
That's
want that in all
crazy.
competition shows. Like, I
They
want
maybe not on the show, but like, yeah, like on their website, there needs to be like a rules tab.
yeah,
So you guys can just go and be like, okay, like what, but then at the same time, you know that there's going to be like twists and turns and things that they throw at them.
that's fine. But if the first time I ever play Monopoly, I need to read the rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if I'm watching people play Monopoly, which would be boring, but if I decided that I want to sit there for my entertainment and watch people play Monopoly, I still need to know the rules of the game. It's going to be interesting for like comparing this now to what we are about to watch with Bachelor in Paradise.
Well, our like theory is it's not a coincidence that Bachelor is releasing this episode and highlighting Bachelor Pad on the, we said you can watch this episode of Bachelor Pad on the Bachelor Nation YouTube, which we encourage you to do. It was a fun watch. Um, I don't know if it's like timing is a coincidence that they're releasing this and they're
Yeah.
encouraging people to watch it kind of a month or two before Paradise comes out. I'm wondering if they're going to be bringing some of these elements back. Because like my question is like, why now? Like, why are we circling back to Bachelor Pad now?
Yeah, I mean, I think we are. I think that's exactly what's happening. I think we're right. Um, who watching this episode one? Do you have your favorites? Like, who is your favorite?
Well, it's kind of, I mean, like taking Chris out of it because obviously we know him personally, so we're a little biased there. I mean, I like Kaylin and I like Erica Rose. I just think they're both like very chaotic. They're gonna stir things up. They're like, people that you like love to hate, hate to love. I
I also
think
like Reed because he's not scared to get it done. Like he's going out there, he's making moves.
he's confident. Yeah, he's making moves. I like Reed too. He's showing confidence. He's making moves, which is exactly what you just said, and
Yeah.
I'm just repeating it, but I agree with you. Um, I did like that girl Paige, who was the fan.
Yeah, yeah, she was sweet, and they made her look really nice. It was
Yeah,
I thought she was actually gonna make it, but
I like this Jacqueline Blakely dynamic. I think that's fun. I like Ed as much as he's kind of a mess. Ed's someone that like he'll either get it together and you'll end up being like, this guy's fun and I like him, or he won't and you'll be like, okay, it's time for him to go home.
well, I'm assuming Ed was the biggest fan favorite on the show.
Well, he ended up with Jillian
Well, that's what I'm
Harris.
saying. Yeah.
I don't think he was a fan favorite because I believe in his package he said that there was a bunch of rumors that he was caught out with like other girls.
Oh,
Like,
that's what he said. He's like there was cheating rumors,
yeah.
which like not denying that. Did you hear him like at
No,
the
I missed
yeah at
that.
the beginning?
You heard the like, yeah, like the cheating rumors and stuff. I didn't hear him say that.
Yeah, at the
Not
beginning.
denying that.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
no.
at the beginning, he's like, "Yeah, I know a lot of you read the tabloids, and the tabloids, when just the word tabloid just sounds
I love it.
so
Old.
old."
I know. But you know what's crazy is like it wasn't that long ago. Like it really wasn't. Like
Yeah,
15, 20 years ago, like think about how much things have evolved in such a short period of time when it comes to like media, entertainment, news.
you want to know what's
It's
even you want to
wild.
know what's even crazier is when this show came out. I don't know what year it was, but there is a really good chance that the iPhone wasn't out yet. Like, or it might have been
That
like early stages. It might have been like iPhone 1.
you might be right. Let's see what year this came
Yeah.
out. Bachelor Pad season 3. 2010. Okay. What year was the iPhone released? 2007. Okay, so the iPhone was out, but yeah, still early.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. But entertaining episode overall. I enjoyed it. Would you watch episode 2?
Yeah, I would watch episode 2. More joke because I feel like they like do a good job of like lighting a few fires in episode 1. You kind of have a general idea of the plot, the competition, but also there's like room to learn more. Like you leave with questions and curiosity. I feel like it was good. I feel like Bachelor Pad was maybe like ahead of its time. Like I feel like if they'd stuck with it and maybe just like pivoted a few things.
I'm actually watching it. I'm actually surprised that they ever made the change from Bachelor Pad
To
to
Paradise. Well, I could
Paradise.
see them changing locations, obviously, like we talked about in the beginning. I don't know if the mansion is like a fit for this style, but I am surprised that they cut the competition element format. And I feel like, Bachelor universe is based on finding love, right? Like that's the core value. And I can understand maybe why they wanted to circle back to that. But we've always said like there's so much opportunity for like spin-off shows within the franchise with alumni, with potential competition shows. And I feel like Bachelor Pad, like there's a place for that
Yeah.
still to this
Yeah.
day.
Well, but I also think like Bachelor in Paradise was a way for the franchise to gain successful couples, to
Right.
have successful numbers. Because I think,
And I guess that's what it went back to is like this franchise is based off having successful, long lasting love stories.
yeah,
And they weren't going to get that from Bachelor Pad. Like they needed a paradise, which honestly has produced so many couples. So if that was their goal, like they've achieved it.
definitely.
But then maybe we have like another show that's a competition show with people that have like are already in a relationship.
Well, I said that. I've
Yeah.
pitched that before, where you do a couples competition show.
Yeah.
But no one listens to me. Not that I know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I think that's basically it. I'm assuming Bachelor Nation is going to release the entire season on YouTube, so check that out. We will be watching, and make sure you stay tuned to Bachelor Happy Hour because we have new episodes, new recaps every week.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.